Hello guys, this is Jonathan Steadman, and today I'll be showing you guys something awesome, okay? I have installed Arch Linux, and yeah, I like Arch Linux a lot. So if I press the start button, then it will boot up to Arch Linux. Well, Arch Linux is a text-based operating system where I will do all the customizations, install our own desktop environment. We'll get to do whatever we want with it. You can basically install any applications you want with it, any desktop environment. But once you install it, it becomes a text-based operating system until we turn it into a graphic user interface. So actually it's great because it gives you the customizations needed. Yeah, basically this is Arch Linux about to start my VM. It's going to load up to a graphical user interface, which I have installed onto this virtual machine. And yeah, this is Arch Linux. A pretty awesome system. So this is my user. There's no more other users. I'm the only user here. If I put down my password, yeah, we'll be able to log into the login manager. And yeah, it's basically very simple to install Arch Linux. It only took me 2 tries. And I'm quite used to Linux now because Linux is very, very simple to use in my opinion. So yeah, this is basically the desktop environment that we can install for X-Force Edition, one of my favorite ones, which I like to run on a VM. These are for different types of softwares. I got the goodies, X-Force goodies, so that means I have additional stuff. But if I play, for example, this one, which I'm not sure what this is, Scum VM, which I never tried out before. It looks like an online game or something, but I haven't seen the best on ad game. Desktop, I guess, and choose. Could I find? Oh, I don't know what that is. But basically, this is a game that you guys could play if I wanted to. Let's quit, shall we? And also, we can do some customizations here. There's some games. There's that, and so on. There's system as well. There's Office. There's multimedia. There's internet, and there's graphics. There's games, and there's Vim, which I have installed because I like it a lot. So this is Task Manager, which tells you more information. I have installed this onto the actual FreeBSD, this desktop environment, but this one has more features because obviously it's mostly being used as on Arch. But yeah, this is basically the desktop environment that I have decided to install. But I will show you guys how to install softwares of it. So as it's a proof that it is Arch, if we do neo fetch, and then this is Arch, it will show up Arch Linux X 64-bit, and it tells you more about it. If you do clear, and that if you want to go to the actual, if you want to update the system, for example, we'll have to go as root user. So pacman -syu, and then this should update the system. Nothing need updating. Now we can clear. To update software, we need to do pacman-s. And then we can install, for example, LibreOffice, and that should install it for in case if you want it. I will go for default. That means I just need to press Enter key, press onto Y to install everything, and that should install LibreOffice. It is quite a useful system in my opinion if you want to be if you want to customize your own desktop. But the reason why I got Arch Linux is because I wanted to give it a try and I wanted to learn more about Linux, how it works. And yeah, Linux is a very simple system. Arch Linux is quite easy to install. Some people will say it's difficult, but a new user will be able to install Arch Linux with no issues. I did follow a Arch Linux guide, so I had some help with it. But yeah, as you guys know, I have Firefox installed. It doesn't run the best, same as being on FreeBSD, but it runs alright. It's a simple web browser. I wouldn't watch YouTube videos on there though, but we can basically search up for internet if we wanted to, such as search up what is a helicopter or something like that, something random. It's quite useful tool to use. I did install Firefox because Firefox is the best web browser. So yeah, it has like 42 packages to install. We got all 4 LibreOffice libraries to install basically. There's no reboot needed to be done, and this is the latest version of Arch Linux that I'm running. So yeah, it's gonna go and install some more packages. So what my plan is to actually visit the Arch Linux website. just to show you guys the performance of this web browser. So if you go to google.com for example, then it should be pretty decent speed for a VM on a low end PC with Linux Mint. So yeah, it should be a decent speed. I did give it less RAM though than for BSD because I thought it was going to use up most resources. So yeah, we're going to go to Google very soon. It's not, because I think it's still loading, that's why. Okay, now maybe can we go to it? Just refresh it a bit. Okay, so basically while that is loading, we can wait for this to be installed. So this is all LibreOffice stuff that's being installed. There's like 42 packages that needed to be done. Okay, so now it loaded up. Now go to google.com, and now that should allow it to go to Google. And then now we should just wait for the terminal to install every package for LibreOffice. Yeah, it's gonna load up Google now. It's quite slow, but what to expect from a VM. I will keep on using the system though, just for experimental use. I do have a snapshot, so I don't have to go through this pain again. It literally took me 2 tries to do it. I had an issue where with the UEFI system thing, I had to enable UEFI for this to work. For guys, if you install Linux Mint or if you do anything like that, then it should be pre-installed with everything. But with Arch Linux, you have to install it manually, and I just set up UEXI, or I have to do the legacy version of it. So yeah, I'm using the legacy version of it. It's basically installing everything that is needed for us. This may take a while, but now we're at Google, right? And now we can go to the if you go to Arch Linux website, okay, it's a bit slow, but it's better than any other one. Now if you search up Arch Linux, then it will show up anything that is needed. So it may take a while for it to search up on the internet. See, this is Arch Linux. As you guys saw, it's a bit fast, but when I'm watching YouTube videos, obviously it's glitches, so it lags. But on Arch Linux, it works pretty well. This is the terminal. I want to set this as my default website though. So if we go copy, if we now go over here, and now we should be able to go to the actual help. What version of Firefox is it running? Is it running the latest version? Because it should be. But here's the latest news about it. It's running 92.0, 64-bit. This is a rolling release version of Linux, of Arch Linux, so everything will be up to date on here. So you're going to get up to date GNOME version. We're going to get up to date. Everything is going to be up to date. So now if we go to settings, and now whenever I go into the system, it should boot up to the actual page for this. See guys, Arch Linux 1.0, yep, network settings. If we go to search, default search engine, let's change this one to DuckDuckGo because I don't like the way that Google tracks us. And now what we could do is maybe, that's actually pretty cool, isn't it? If you go back to general, then this is all the settings that we could enable. Firefox Updates, it should be up to date, but if we need to update it, then it should be a way of update. I've got LibreOffice pre-installed, so yeah, this is basically how fast this web browser is. Now we're going to open up LibreOffice. If it closes tabs, then it should be fine. And now if you go to applications, now we can go to the actual education. If you go to Office, then you can open up LibreOffice, and that should open up the whole library of them. So yeah, this is by the community, LibreOffice community. It's gonna load up quite quickly. It should. Doesn't lose up too much of resources on my hard drive. But yeah, and well, hardware I mean. So this is your username. So you can lock screen, you can log out. This is a calendar app, and this is basically everything that's on here. This is the latest version of LibreOffice. There's also other, you can get games on this VM, obviously. Yeah, if you go to Xbout Xforce, then you can find out the version it's running. I think it's newer than the actual one that I was running on FreeBSD. but this is a GPU, 1.4 gigabytes, so it's not that bad. 1.4 gigabytes of RAM. Again, that's not that bad. Maybe I should increase it a bit. This is Arch Linux build ID rolling, so this is a rolling release, and then this is about. So this is all the softwares that's in there. Copyright, so this is copyright notice, so it's telling you about copyright, and then we can find out how much storage you have on this system. I gave it quite a lot. I gave it like 24.7 gigabytes of space. So yeah, basically on this actual system, on my Linux Mint system, I am running out of space, to be quite honest, but this is basically for Arch install that I have done. This is a file manager, so we can browse the files here. We can go to desktop, we can create a new folder, we can call it college work or something like that, college work, and that should create it. And now we can put all college work into here, and we can do it if I want. So guys, so this is the Arch Linux install that I have done recently. This is the volume, which you can audio mixer, failed execute. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, this is basically battery. This is do not disturb me thing. We can also go here, we can log out. We can restart, you can switch user, you can hibernate, but what I will do is restart the system, and then that should restart the whole system. So yeah, this is running 64-bit version of the Arch Linux. Boot up from here. I wish it did like an automatic reboot without asking me if I want to do advanced stuff, but I guess that's quite useful for whenever I run into any issues. So this is def SDA free clean 126.844. So yeah, it should load up to the desktop environment. If I see this message def SDA clean blocks, something like that, then that means there's no errors within the file system, and that's a good message. If it gets stuck, if it's just stuck there, then it might have an issue, but it most likely will just go past that. Yeah, it's quite useful, this whole system. So we should be logged into the graphic user interface right now. I would give this virtual machine 10 out of 10. It's actually the same mouse pointer. But yeah, we'll have different workstations here. If you want to switch between them, we can go over here, we can go to graphics, we can go to internet, we can go to multimedia. These are multimedia stuff, and this is Office, such as we have LibreOffice. This doesn't work for some reason. It says failed to execute command. Maybe I need to install something. I think I meant to install something. Hold on, let me go back to the terminal emulator. If we now go to the actual, let me go root this root user. If I put down my password, now what I need to do possibly is pacman -s, and now what we should be able to do is PATU control. Maybe that will install it. I don't know. Oh yes, let's install that. Okay, so let's close it. Then we should be able to run it in a minute. So it's going to install all these packages. Now if we go back over here, guys, audio mixer. Yeah, I got it installed. So that was an easy fix, wasn't it? It says please wait. So we fixed that issue. Yeah. Now if we want to exit from this, then just type down the exit command, exit again, and then we should be exiting from the terminal. So yeah, it's going to be establishing connection to Pulse Audio, please wait. What I will do though is I maybe have to install Pulse Audio as well. I think it's fine now because I don't really need that audio mixer. I might have to install Pulse Audio. Let me open up the terminal again and then see if I can run it. But these are all the applications that we got installed basically. If we go back, if we go to the terminal, if we now go back as a root user, I mean sudo, and then if we do 1, 2, 3, then let's clear all this nonsense. Okay, so now we booted up to here. Now we can do pacman -s, and now we can do Pulse audio, I guess. Yes, and that should install it. Close out of that. That should install Pulse Audio. And now if we go back ahead in Audio Mixer, yeah. My plan is to do a reboot maybe. Log out and then reboot and maybe it should work. So yeah, we fixed 2 issues I do believe. Log out and then it should just fix that issue possibly. Okay, now Arch Linux is loading Linux. It basically has a Linux kernel. That's what it says on Linux. It's been up to the Linux kernel. And I don't know if it's running for latest version of it though, but it's pretty cool though. The FSD3 is my actual system for Arch Linux. It should boot up now. Okay, so it looks like it has booted up now. We can change our username in a minute if we wanted to, but I don't want to do that. So yeah, basically that's like our Arch wiki that you guys could follow and install everything that we want to install. Basically that's just how we can do things. But I don't really like the mouse pointer, to be honest. This looks similar to the Linux Mint one. It saves my current process. That's pretty cool. Okay, so if I do that, oh yeah, now I fixed it. So as you guys can see, this is the volume. We can go to Audio Mixer, and so we can do stuff. So yeah guys, so I fixed the issue with the audio, and if I find any more issues, then I'll fix them. But it looks like everything is running smoothly. We can go to Accessory, we can go to Test Manager, we can take a screenshot if we wanted to. This is a very awesome tool. This desktop environment is based on the actual is actually based on the actual GNOME, so I like it because of that. Oh, we can host it. I never knew that. But yeah guys, I'm gonna end the video there. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want. I don't want that one, but yeah, please like and subscribe, and yeah, I should see you guys very soon. I'm going to end this video in a minute once I logged out of Arch Linux. Yeah, I'm going to have a video there. Bye guys, see you soon.